Hello G Nation, I'm your host G, and we're gonna have a look at the brand new Randy Orton RKBro. He's a showboat. We're gonna have a look at 5-star gold. Again, he's not mine, he's only sent to me for preview purposes. I don't get to keep him. You have a look at the card. Coachability at 9,000. Its cross bright gems do 2,200 more damage, so not that great of a coach. Links with Raw and RKBro as well as Modern Era. Doesn't show that he has any gear here, although if I remember well, he had a gear on the blog, so I don't know what's up with that. So the first moveset we'll have a look at. Oh, by the way, he recruits at 5-star bronze, which means that you need 3,000 shards. I'm getting the increase that to 3,000 and 5-star bronze, probably due to the fact that you can recruit him, you can get shards in the faction boss store that you can earn the currency for, which makes it easier. So that's probably why they made it harder to recruit. So the first moveset, we're actually going to try two different ways this moveset, because you can go two totally opposite way with the trainers. So the first, we're going to do the punt kick, 10 MP yellow move finisher, deal 181.2k damage, make 41 protect gems into green gems and pin the opponent. The sleeper hold, 7 MP green move, color submission, choose 7 gems to make into yellow submission gems and do 118k damage for 4 turns while submission gems are on the gem board. Remaining sub gems turn into protect gems of strength 5200. And a scoop power slam, 6 MP green move, deals 76.7k damage and choose 4 gems to make into 2-turn juggernaut gems that will make 11 random gems into protect gem of strength 2100 on every countdown turn and increase your green gem damage by 64% for 2 turns at the end of the countdown. Trainers for that is going to be George Steele, so that we start with more green. We're going to use Bray Wyatt so the submission lasts longer. You could go with instead Austin to get, or is it Angle also, I think, that adds damage to the submission and instead of turn, but I kind of like to go turn because overall it's more. We're putting also Bruno so that the submission does 50% more damage and lasts 1 more turn, and Shelton to add another 20%, effectively making this a 200k damage 8-turn submission. That's like 1.6 million right there just in submission alone. Again, this is going all out for the submission. We'll try a completely different set of trainers right after this. As far as the belt, I got a belt with the move damage for yellow maxed out. The rest is just placeholders, and I put on the all art skill plate, which is when you generate 3 or more submission gems, increase your green gem damage by 100% for 2 turns. And this is based on the fact that we're going to be making a ton of greens with the finisher. Alright, let's try this. Oops. Alright, so we're going to put our Juggernaut. I want to get some yellows out of this. And I also want them to stay. That's going to get rid of his MP. Now we got a ton of protect gem right there. Now we still have those going. It will increase my green gem by 64% at the next turn. And he doesn't have any MP to do much on the next turn, so I'm not going to use my finisher right away because it's going to do a hell of a lot more on the next turn. Unfortunately, I don't have any green or yellow match. Well, yellow didn't matter, but it would have been nice if I had green. So now my green damage is increased. It does 33.6k each. So now we're going to convert 41 protect into green gems. And that did 1.8 million. That was pretty good, and that was with a spec that increased the submission. But I don't think we really need to work on that submission much. I think we should go all out for gem damage instead. Let's try that out. Alright, same moveset but different trainers this time around. I also went back and looked at the blog because when I checked earlier I wasn't seeing any gear here. And from what I remember, there was supposed to be a blue gear, but I checked the blog and I read that wrong. It's Riddle's gear, Riddle blue gear. So yeah, no, Orton doesn't have any gear. So again, we're going to use the exact same moves, but this time instead of boosting the submission, we're going to boost the gem damage. So to do so, we're still going to use Steel to start the match, but we're going to use ABA Taker, which adds Protect Gem, do 45% more damage. Now, if you remember well, pretty much the whole board is going to be filled with Protect Gem, and we're going to be turning them into green. So that's going to be doing a lot more damage out of those. You could use one of the green gem trainers, which add, I believe, 35%, but I'd rather get 45 than 35. And I'm putting both Santa Hogan and Lex both adding 2200 to the green. Well, Santa adds for any color, but I only care about the green really. But this is going to boost the green, and remember we do have the plate, the all art plate here that adds 100% to green as well, so that's going to help a lot. Let's see what numbers we can pull this time. Juggernauts. We'll put our submission, and let's get some yellows too. I want to put them too close to other yellows, because that way we would be able to break out of it. Right. Now we get a bunch of protect. Again, I'm gonna wait next turn because I want them to do more. Because right now our green does 16k. Our green with a protect gem does 19k. I don't really want to break those greens, so I'll just go for his match of black there. I want as much green to remain on the board. Juggernaut went off, so now we're at 36k for a regular green and 43k for a protect green, and we're going to turn a liable. So we did 1.8 last time, I believe. Let's see how much we're going to do this time. Yeah, 1.6, 1.9. It is a little more, so I mean, we end up with similar result really. And you could go also and use a trainer like Demon King Balor, which adds 150% to the finisher, because the finisher is already a decent amount itself. Like it's 200k before medals and before everything, so you could go that way as well. Good to note, another option we're not going to try because it's basically a lesser version of this. You could replace that finisher we're using right now, which is, let me show, the punt kick, like 181, and make those protect into green. You could replace that and do the superplex instead. Lesser cost at 7, and it deals 81k damage and choose 9 gem to make into green gem. You could use that instead to cycle your green, but you're pretty much preventing you to get that big hit. So I'd definitely much rather have the punt kick than the superplex. Alright, let's look at something different now. Alright, other move set for Orton. We're going to do the vintage 5 MP yellow move, deal 64.8k damage, and swap a 7x1 random area into purple gems. The pin bar does not move. The RKO 7 MP purple move, deal 81.3k damage, and choose a 1x7 area to swap into yellow gems. And the inverted headlock backbreaker 7 MP purple move, deal 86.6k damage, and modify a 1x7 random area into multiply gems of strength 7. Pretty straightforward. For that we went with Kofi to start with that vintage on the first turn. Also put in Matt to increase the value of those multipliers. Rock for same reason, as well as do plus 5% damage to them. And I put Braun there so that yellow gems do 25% more damage. You could use Santa Ogan's 2200 as well, but at 25%, 5-star gold, it's slightly more than 2200. I think it's like 2800 you're getting from 25%, so that's why I went with him instead. I didn't change anything as far as the medals I had, didn't care much. I did change the plate for the boss plate, which I don't think is going to be needed, but yeah, let's put it for shits and giggles. Right, let's try that out. Okay. We're going to get our purple. There is no need for the, like for example, the it's time once again plate, because or purple give us or yellow, and or yellow give us or purple, so there's really no need. Now you want to use the move that create the multiplies first, because you don't get to pick where it's going to land. So as you see, I got 10x multipliers there. And now we're going to lay that right on top of it, plus it's going to make a bunch of crossbreak gems as well, because of that boss plate.
1, 2, 3.
And that was enough to finish it. The whole point of the boss plate here was that if he kicked out on the next turn, I was getting a 1x7 area that could land on an X break, break extra gems, and it's a no pin bar move. So it would have been nice for that, but apparently that was more than enough. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for Orton. I guess you could do some mix and match. I do think those are probably the best movesets. I mean, you guys know my general dislike for showboats. I think this is definitely one I could get on board with. Definitely liked playing him, which that alone is saying a lot. I mean, I got what, like 1.6, 1.8 mil on the first two movesets, and I'm using like armor medals. If I was using Fury, that would be a lot higher, and I'm sure if I was to redo a couple matches, I could hit more than that for sure, especially if I went with Fury medals instead. So yeah, definitely a very strong showboat. We've been getting a lot of those good ones lately, so that's a pretty good thing. Not a class that is on my shit list as much anymore, since we keep getting some good ones. So yeah, event is already live right now, so best of luck. If you're not already a sub, make sure to do so to be kept aware when I post new stuff. Have any questions, put that in comment, and if you like the video, leave a like and share. See you guys. G up. Ciao.